Okay, Lauren, that's where we ended. So I don't actually remember if I met Lauren at Pulse underage nightclub. That was set up by like the year 11, year 12 students from Bayswater. Is it like a meet and greet thing? But I'd have to get her a bit from this, but I think I met her through Nathan, but I'm not 100% sure. Nathan Armstrong. Been trying to get in contact with him, but that's a whole nother story. But well, it's not actually. I just realised it's part of everything. Yeah, he's introduced me to all my girlfriends, so probably lucky that the last video recorded with no audio, because I didn't say anything about him. But I don't remember the start, so with Lauren a bit though, but yeah. Went to the Pulse nightclub, went out, had a cigarette the second time, come back inside, and she's dirty dancing with this kid, Anthony. Or Anthony's dirty dancing over her, like, and I walked in and I'm like, get off my girlfriend, Puff, like, because, like, back in the day, saying those words wasn't such a big deal, and it was targeted at specific things, like the way that he was dirty dancing. Like, straight guys don't dance like that, you know, like gay guys do. And it's like, you know, honestly, half a jealousy thing. Like, I wish I could dance, you know, like, but not that way inclined, or not that way, you know, like, whatever, like, but what I didn't realise was Anthony was a troubled kid that everybody knew and looked out for because he of something that happened at Knox City with him when he was a child. But I had no idea. I just wanted him not dancing on my girlfriend that I just got because she was my first girlfriend, and I was a bit, you know, young, paranoid, like, didn't know that he was gay, so it wasn't a threat. Just walked back in after a cigarette, and, you know. But anyway, like, the next Pulse, the people turned the lights off, and I got, like, dropped and got fucking shit kicked out of me on the floor by, you know, 4 or 5 people or whatever, getting yelled at. Fucking leave Anthony alone, you know, rah rah rah. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Lauren, after that, told me, because she was, like, best friends with the guy. All my girlfriends have been best friends with Anthony and Nathan. And, so, yeah, then started my relationship with Lauren, which lasted, I think, about 5 months. One of my fondest memories was 10 Things I Hate About You. And Heath Ledger singing to the girl on the stands, you know. Because I proceeded to do that, pretty sure, with all my girlfriends. Sing to them. I like singing. I like thinking I can sing. She lived on Cathy's Lane. Nice neighbourhood, Montana. Completely out of my league. Parents, you know, didn't really seem to like me because you know, worked at Red Rooster, I suppose, and come from Croydon. But I respect to them, you know. They let their daughter do what, you know, what she wanted, mostly. I remember Lauren saying to me when I cheated on her that life's not a game, and I was like, well, it is. Everything's a game, you know. And I thought that until I walked out of the hospital with the cancer diagnosis, and then was like, shit, life isn't a game. Life's for real, like. But yeah, I cheated on Lauren 3 times. Can't remember. Micah was one of them. Just, like, I can't remember. I was with a friend that everyone has given me shit ever since. It was like legally obese, that supposedly now is pretty attractive. Emma Campbell. But yeah, she was a big girl, and I did that just to spite Lauren. Like, that's the type of person that I become for some reason after I got sex. Turned into a cheater, and I just wanted all the girls to appreciate me, or to be with me, or to look at me, you know, like. And Lauren was the first one to really cop that. I apologise. And I've always accused my girlfriends of cheating on me, but none of them have. Like, I've broken up with them, or they've broken up with me, and they've become been with other people, and then I'm instantly like, yeah, look, see, you're a cheater. But none of them actually cheated on me. I've just cheated on all my girlfriends 3 times in the minimum. trying to, I don't know, see if they stay with me or something. Like, I really don't know what it was, but I haven't cheated on Sheena in 17 years or something. So, but after me and Lauren had ended, Nathan again, introduced me to this chick, Jess, the mother of my first kid, and her family, and they become my family. Jody and Daryl and Liz and Dylan, Corey, Matt. Moved in there, started working with Jody's friend Bruce, painting the numbers on your gutters so you can identify your house. Acting like we worked for the council and stuff. Bruce was a great salesman. Bruce was a great salesman. We were making heaps of money and doing fuck all work. It was so good. I was getting paid in weed most of the time, which I was happy with. Because Jess was stoner, we're all stoners. And I was just beat by a stoner. I haven't actually changed my thing. I need to change that. My overlay. Yeah, see, it's everywhere. Because that's what I was, beat by a stoner, eh? I'm trying to find it, look at it. There it is. Okay. Terminal diag. Because I was beat by a stoner for years. That was one of the reasons. So, me and Jess were together, lying to Jody, just saying that, we were friends. Pretty sure she knew. She chased me, She reminded me that the other day when she chased me out of the house. I was half naked, because it got caught, with Jess. And those times, Nathan one time we got too stoned and we caught the bus back to Knox because I was going home, and he's on the bus throwing up. He literally threw up 7 different fluorescent colours, and we're pissing ourselves laughing. The bus driver's fucking stop it, it's fucking disgusting. And he's literally projectile vomiting all these different colours, because I think we ate a bunch of different Slurpees or whatever. Something happened, but we called him 5 flavours after that for ages. It was funny as they were literally fluorescent puke. A Ventura bus driver was not happy at all. There's so many different stories about Knox. There'll be a whole new video. Knox times. But to fast forward a little bit, got to my 18th birthday, and my mum come over and I demanded that I meet my dad, which I had actually done when I was 11 or 12. We rocked up at my house at Croydon, and I asked him about this when I was an adult, and I met him again. He's when he come, everything seemed really cool, my family life was good and stuff. He didn't want to intrude, so he just, didn't be yeah, I'm your real dad, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just there's a dude here to see, they were oh, there's a man here to see you, he just wants to chat or whatever. I don't literally remember much, and I just probably blocked it out, But then when I was 18, I demanded my mum find my dad for me. So I was yelling at her, and she's like, have you got a Yellow Pages? I was what? And grabbed the Yellow Pages. She literally scrolled down to Wharton, and yep, 469 Bluff Road, Hampton. They're still there. There's your dad. I was okay. Gave him a call. He ended up coming down. We smoked some joints, I think at my mum's house at Croydon. And then ended up moving there and breaking up with Jess, or trying to, because I was I'm moving to my dad's house, who was my dad's, I've said it before, a different kind of man. And it was appealing at the state of mind I was in at the time and things that were going on in my life. It was appealing to maybe ride motorcycles and be, a hoodlum criminal. But moved up to my dad's house in Moorabbin, Hampton. But I call it Moorabbin because Hampton's we lived on the Hampton side, but we weren't Hamptons, We were in Moorabbin. And then like a couple of weeks later, Jess rocks up at the door going, she's pregnant. And I'm like, no, you're fucking not. Dad like slaps me over the back of the head, tells her to come inside, stop being a fuckwit. And yeah, Jess moved in. I don't know what she thinks, but our relationship wasn't the best. I was just abusive, and she like, not like, you know, she shouldn't have, but she didn't take shit. So it just went around in circles. And my dad's saying to her, you know, you can't act like that because he's just going to act the way he does. And, you know, I feel me and Jess have been better friends, and I hope she does too. But it's been 20 years basically, and you know, we still talk, you know, daily if we want, and that relationship is a lot healthier than than what our relationship was as parenting together. But and I'm sure people ask themselves if they could like have a reset, or, you know, like if they could go back to a certain period in their life, you know, and start there again or whatever. Like that would be mine. Would be that the world's fucking fucked. You know, like I got cancer and all this shit, and you know, if I could go back to a spot, it'd be at Sandringham Hospital when Kane was being born, and hope that I passed out. You know, and I've been in a coma ever since, and people didn't have to get jabbed to save their jobs, or have no cabbage in dim sims, or have to pay $11 for a lettuce, or have shit KFC for some reason now that Red Rooster's better. Like it'd be that Jess was in labour and that I fucking passed out and that I've been in a coma ever since, or, you know, that I just passed out and I'm going to wake up and be able to hold Kane again at birth, start from there. That's like one of my primary places that I would, if I could choose to, you know, wake up and be like, oh, okay, it'd be then. But that shit doesn't happen. But it's always been on my mind, you know, that maybe I just didn't cop, you know, the birth of my first kid, and now I got 4, so, you know, I wouldn't want to take that back either. But down in Moorabbin, met a lot of different people. The Hansons, Del Seppos. I miss you, Paul, but the whole thing was just weird. And drugs are bad, everyone. Like, but this is getting into the drug bit of my life now. So yeah, like, so Nathan was a lawyer, or studying to be a lawyer, and he took out a $10,000 loan for me to buy a car and drugs, because Mr. Carl Williams, his pills were everywhere, and we got into them pretty bad. He got into selling speed, I got into selling the pills. And there's a lot of period of my life here that I don't remember. People that I see, you know, when I'm out still, that look at me and be like, well, do I know you? And I'm like, yeah, I think we do know each other. And I've been asked multiple times, are you that guy in that Commodore, the hotted up Commodore? So the Commodore I bought from this guy Damien, and it was a VH SLE with a VR VS 3.8 litre engine transplanted into it, with the whole drivetrain. It was built as a skid pig, but I don't skid, I go fast. And you know, the 3 times that I've been caught doing 35k over or whatever, no, I think all of those were probably in that car, to be honest. But green over silver 2-tone SLE, and yeah, like, everyone remembers the car because what it was, and it had V6 badges on it, and everyone was always like, it's not a V6, mate. Well, it was, but yeah, Nathan paid for all that, and I was paying him off, but drugs and shit all fucks up and everything, and now he hasn't spoke to me because he told me not to take Datura, and I did, like, literally half a fucking pot of this shit. When the guy that gave it to us, Scotty the Butcher, was like, you know, have 1 glass, 2 glasses. Like, I've always been bad with drugs. I just sat there like gulp, 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 gulp on this fucking thing. Lost like 7 months of my life that I literally don't know what the fuck was going on. Like I was in my own world. Like when people talk about hallucinogenics, like datura is a toxin, not a drug, and like the day I can't even begin to explain. Like the best explanations, like butterfly effect. You know, like all of a sudden there was like 4 of us: Nick Scleros, Sheena, Jasmine, Stuart, Sheena, me in the car, and we all just like looked at each other and shit. And it was like seriously, all of our noses started bleeding, and we started remembering like the last 7 months of our lives. Like it was crazy, and that's what I mean. By this point, you know, I'd left chess and was I don't even know. Like my life was just fucked. Driving around all the time, everyone was getting arrested, people getting killed. And Damien was trying to take the car off me because I had got all these fines in it and not transferred them. And so me and Sheena, well, I asked Nathan. I asked him for some money so I could leave because I was, you know, either gonna get arrested or fucking killed too. And he fucking said no. And so that night I stole half of his shit, like, and took it to cash converters the next day, and then me and Sheena left to go to New South Wales. And then we just left. And I went to Nowra, stayed with some of her family for a bit, Bateman's Bay, I think it was actually. And come back after a couple of months. But to a whole different life again. And but I was like a bit lost. Very lost actually. I'm gonna have to pause it for a second to give myself some bit to think. Like I'm trying to think of what happened next, but like my brain's just shitting itself. Like come back, I had to give the car back to Damien, and Sheena was just like, I hate to say this, but she was just a slut. Like she was my slut, and like I got her to do things like tell this guy Warren that if he gave me $100 and shit that I'd let him fuck her, and like the guy gave me like $700, and it got to like the 5th time, and I'm like, what is there something wrong with you, man? Like you're never getting to fuck her, like. And when it comes to the car, like she offered to fucking fuck Damien for the car, and Damien was going to do it. And as she went to get out of the car, I was like, "What are you fucking doing?" Like, she's like, "I'm going to fuck him for your car, so you get the car." Like, and I'm like, "No, you're not, no." And that was when, you know, I realised that I actually really cared about Sheena, and that Jess was right the whole time about her, that she'd do every single thing possible just to make me fall in love with her. And she, Jess, you were right. She did, like. But I took it a different way than what you were saying, you know. And now we've been together, you know, the whole time, and well, the whole time except a period of time. But it's a personal story that doesn't need to be told. Which also was completely my fault, trying to make somebody make sure that they were the right person to be looking after Jess and Kane. I feel that I put them in a position where they had nothing else to do because they couldn't fight me, so they had to do the next best thing to prove that they will do whatever they want to stand up for who they love, or to protect who they love, or to prove a point, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. So that whole thing I have put on myself for the last 10 years. And Jess, Sheena, and, you know, the other person involved should know what I'm talking about. And that was my fault. That's my fault completely. Like, I take full responsibility. So, but like, then we get to leaving Moorabbin, and while me and Shannon were in Moorabbin, we lived in my uncle's bungalow for a period. We lived in a tiny, like, the shed with a tent in it. We went through some pretty hard times. Lived in the car. Shayna the whole time working, studying to be a nurse, like doing brilliantly. We've got a bunch of videos about Daniel Broad. We stayed there for ages. If you look at the the part of the playlist, the one that's got Bad Dog in it, that was his dog. And I got a bunch of videos because he was a real messy cunt and pig, and I always kept the videos to post them because he pissed me off. And he doesn't talk to me. He stopped talking to my family because he went out with this chick that we all told him not to. That whole family was like a loser, but I'm not exactly sure what's with him now. But yeah, that was in like Moorabbin. Then me and Shanna moved to back down here to Croydon, Kilsyth, back down to where our families were, because my dad wanted to move to the country, or the Bonnie Doon, that's right, I think it was. So we left, and I come back to Moorabbin. I come back to fucking Kilsyth, sorry. I think it was Kilsyth. Liverpool Road, we got a unit. Yeah, because Caleb was born. That's right. See? I had my second kid. And started hanging around Mark, Shannon's cousin. He became my best mate. And I got a lot of memories of Kilsyth, and this is the time where the government started getting involved with me again. Put me on the pension, started talking about giving me a ministry house, because I tried to sue the government, or the Department of Education, and Slater and Gordon lost all my paperwork, and I was stupid enough to give them the originals. Mum told me not to. Mum told me to photocopy things and stuff, but I didn't. But then all of a sudden they're like calling me up, like, oh, we want you to get on the pension. Actually had a good worker named Miro. I think I destroyed him, but he got me my house, this house in Baronia, which I've been in ever since. But yeah, after Kilsyth, we were in Croydon, or maybe we were in Croydon in a unit first. Had some issues there with the actual building falling apart, but yeah, then got my place in Baronia, got on the pension, and that was basically my life. After that, Jaden and Jackson were born, and me and Shanna separated because there's a lot of issues with Jax when he was born. Died in hospital, pseudobulbar palsy, peg fed, no suck swallow gag reflex. Like, anyone that knows us knows about Jackson's problems. But yeah, my youngest twin was very, 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 very sick, and now he's very, 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 very healthy and very strong and everything, just like me. He's like, he's my mini me. Like I said in the neck tattoo video, he couldn't suck or swallow. That's why I got the tattoos on my neck, even though they didn't hurt. In the end, I thought they were going to hurt, but yeah, like even I have my inspiration, and it comes from a 9-year-old that's tougher than me. So, but yeah, then I suppose like that's really basically it. Other stuff I've already covered, like major events, like the tomahawking. Someone I did forget about from Croydon was Jonathan Billet. Daniel Baxter tried to save him by like dropping down behind me so he could trip me over, and he's lucky I didn't kick him in the fucking head, and he realised, jumped up, said sorry. But yeah, Jonathan Billet, if you're having to see this, sorry about all that shit. You're the one that started it all, trying to be cool. But like, telling my mate Jake, because he was a big guy that You know, he said on the bus one day, what is he going to do, eat us? So I just stepped off the bus and punched him straight in the face. It was the first time I punched somebody. It felt really good to punch somebody for somebody else, which is where I got my whole anti-bully thing, you know, like, you know, if I'm going to do something, I'll do it to protect others, you know. Started that day on the bus with Jonathan Billet. And I had to add that in so I can, you know, say it to Mr. Braids, like, you know, because the guy from across the road when I was helping him move his house come over and was all scared of me. Yeah, that's because I fucking destroyed Croydon before I left. And everyone was scared of me at that fucking school. Every time I went back to that station, there'd be 30 fucking people that were all worried that I was just going to fucking start stabbing them or something. You know, cut a kitten's head off and put it in their letterbox or some shit like Eminem. But yeah, to Lauren, Jess, Shayna, I apologise for the way I acted. Yes, yesterday I still abused Shayna, but that's got nothing to do with respect. It's got to do with an argument about time and about, you know, how much time she has to separate between me and the children, and me, you know, getting other people to help me, and she refuses to. So it has nothing to do with, you know, gender respect or partner respect or anything like that. I didn't contradict myself in 2 different videos 6 hours apart, no. But that is what Luke does. Like going to the cop shop yesterday and laughing at him about their fucked up paperwork. Classic Luke, you know. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. But every event in your life shapes you as a person, little and big. And I wouldn't take back any of it. Even the bullying made me who I am. And like, I really thought one of my major problems was stuttering, but no, what did I stutter once in this video? Like, do people even know I have a stuttering problem? I posted enough videos now. I posted enough videos straight now as well, because I haven't been stoned for a month, so I literally smoked my whole life to avoid stuttering and getting picked on and bullied, or just like literally to be looked at by people when I stutter, right, like used to make me that depressed that I wanted to punch the fuck out of them for just noticing that I stuttered. Like, that's how bad they used to bully me for it, bash me for it. I just never wanted to go back to that, but like, I'm not stuttering, so it was a great excuse to waste my lungs, waste my gums, my teeth. Like, I got a little white spot, you know, not a bong tongue, you know, like, everyone that smokes, especially cigarettes, you should quit, because for one, they're just killing you. The government's charging you to die more and more every 3 months. Like, it's so dumb. And with marijuana, like, I can't just any more than everybody already knows. Like, it is the worst drug. Like, it is literally the worst drug. It's the biggest gateway drug, and it's the biggest habitual thing that you'll do your entire life. Like you just, once you're a stoner, you're like stuck there, being stoned forever or something. And like, if this hadn't happened to me, I'd still be smoking weed, not thinking about it, you know, like. And like, that's my biggest hope, is that everyone could, you know, just goes back to fucking oxygen. You know, I shouldn't have said that. I probably just fucked you all up, because now the government's like, yeah, we're gonna tax that shit. Yeah, fucking tax it. But yeah, wherever everything goes from here, I hope everyone is happy and has a good day, especially because this is a morning video. And if you liked it, obviously like, subscribe, comment, ask any questions about anything that you feel like I might have missed, or people that know me, you know, if there's something that was important that I missed, you know, please post it. I'll make add-on videos. But this video has also gone half an hour like the other one, so I'm going to end it. And yeah, everyone have a great day.